Hello guys, what's going on? I'm Warlock. This is going to be my first YouTube video, making it on Ground of Aces. The alpha has inspired me to make some content. So we're going to jump into a game. We're going to press new game. We're going to be on RAF Lichfield. This game is only just released in alpha a few days ago, so I thought I'd jump on, make a couple of videos, bit of a let's play series, and start putting up some content for it. Hopefully for all the people who can't play the alpha can enjoy it from someone else's perspective. Do make sure you watch Base Builder Monday. That is a fantastic series to see what all the Blind Flag crew are putting in. Blind Flag Studios crew. Best get it right, hadn't I? So, we'll pause it first. You spawn into this little derelict, we'll call it, base with your 8 crew. You've got Thomas Walker here, Neil Hodgkinson, and Jeffrey Trubshaw. I definitely don't have enough time to say all their names. Get spawned in with some basic materials, some tarp to build buildings like this, some metal repair parts for your planes, bit of water, bit of food, and sandbags. So, first of all, what we're going to need to do is place down a storage area for all this to have a home in. So we'll just unpause it. And now all these guys are going to go make sure, even though it is already in the area, just make sure it's there. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to go harvest some wood. We'll take all of this, so we can start building. If we go to our props and workbenches, our saw station, we'll plop it down here. And we'll do a brick station as well. So once we get our saw station, we can start producing some planks. By producing planks, you can then build this brick station. It does use some of our metal pile, but by building the saw station, my main goal is to build some more beds. So at the moment, we only have 5 beds, but we have 8 crew members. Ultimately, they'll be sleeping on the floor if we don't get them a bed. So we'll stick down some beds for the crew. So we'll put 3 down, so then we'll have 8. But first of all, this saw station needs to be built, and we'll put an order in for some planks. If you go up to the schedule here, you can change your priorities of your crew. So at the moment their priority goes medicine, building, cooking, crafting, gardening, labour. So we'll change that up to crafting at the top, building, and then we'll go to labour. So by doing this, your crew prioritise building these planks that we need for our beds. But first of all, we'll get this bit harvested here, so we can build a nice long runway. With runways in the game at the moment, you do need, so you've got tier planes. You've got tier 1 being the Bristol Bulldog and the Hawker Hurricane. The planes with the locked items aren't actually out yet in the alpha. We only have access to the Hawker Hurricane and the Supermarine Spitfire. As you can see, these are tier 2, tier 3 and tier 4. Tier 5 is yet to be added. With our parking spots, when you go onto runways, you get parking. You can only have parking for 5 planes at the moment. You can only assume this will get changed, and you can have as many as you want in your RAF base dream. But with runways, there is a thing pinned in the Discord where your airstrip has to be a certain width and certain length and certain type of material in order for it to house certain planes. So with the Hawker Hurricane, it's a tier 1, so you don't need to create a huge airstrip, or a very long one. However, to get these tier 2 planes, you definitely need to create quite a long one. However, all these rocks are in my way. We'll get rid of all these rocks. Unless anything can be harvested. Yeah, we'll get these mushrooms. So you actually do need to create a really long airstrip. So my goal for this series is to get our Spitfires. So by doing that, we'd need to create a really long airstrip spanning all the way down to here. Oh, we'll harvest this mushrooms and water. I'll tell you why that's important after. So we're going to go ahead and select our airstrip. Pan it. We'll go a bit more left. We'll go all the way down here. Do you know what? Forget me. Forget about it. We'll go here. All the way here. Yes, I know what you're thinking. That is way too huge. But, however, it does need to be really long. And The width doesn't need to be as big compared to... See, by doing this, we've got tier 3 length, 152 meters, tier 4 width, but only a tier 1 type. So we'd need to convert it to sand before we can even think about changing it and getting our Spitfires in, because they need a bit more of a stable surface. So, I have given my crew a lot of jobs in order to get this runway down. They're demolishing all these rocks and little shrubberies. Oh, some of these could be harvested actually. We'll change it to harvest instead of demolish, because why waste precious resources? As you can see, they're now going to start building this. From the list of priorities I gave them, they're now going to do crafting and repairs, but obviously we haven't got a workbench yet. So that means we're not able to craft anything. So with our priorities seconds come building and repairs. But we'll put our labour up higher. So now this crew member, Jeffrey, he was originally building our runway. He's now going to go harvest and put away all our supplies in the supply depot. We will go ahead and change our schedule. As much as I'd love to give these guys leisure time, we haven't got time for that. We've got a big runway to build. So we'll speed it up a bit. They're all faffing around with all this. We'll go make sure they're doing the jobs. Thing is, if you prioritise labour, I notice you get your stuff put away in a stockpile a bit more easily, so it all goes into your storage. So say for example, earlier I was playing my own version of this, and I were harvesting the clay pit. It fully harvested, but all the supplies were just sat here, while my brick station, which you need clay in order to build bricks, the same goes for the water, that's why I said it was important earlier. It were all just sat here and it was running back and forth because no one was moving it. But as soon as I changed it to prioritising labour, it was all there, ready to go. Happy days. These guys will now build this runway. Start building it around all the shrubbery and greenery, apparently. Would have thought they'd got rid of it first, it's not very safe. Could hit a rock as you land. But beggars can't be choosers, so these guys will do this. It is also very important to have a toilet, but it doesn't seem that they want to use it, so I'm not actually sure what they're doing with the time here. Especially with a nice long runway, might need to cut down these trees, hurricanes might crash into them. They'll come down from this mountain, they always seem to come down from this side of the map, the east side of the map. Always seem to go east, they never seem to come from the west as far as what I've played. I think building this airstrip will definitely be a couple of days worth of building. So this is what I mean. He's sleeping in the door because he's got no home, no bed, and I'm not sure where these other two guys are sleeping. I won't be surprised if it was in the middle of nowhere. Let me harvest these berry bushes. They're sat in my way. Oh, so this is another thing. A lot of your resources will replenish, so this berry bush has already been harvested and it has to take time to refill. It's not a huge resource, so it doesn't take ages, but water sometimes does, and these sand pits will take a while because you can harvest up to 500 sand from it. They're slowly cracking away at this airfield. I think we might be here a while. Might fast forward this bit or cut it out. Depends if you really want to watch these guys building a runway. I'm sure there's more interesting things to do. There's our dog. I'm going to need a name for him. I think you should all comment what the name for our doggy should be. I think we should call him Bartholomew, but that's obviously subject to change, whatever you guys want to call him. He does have a tendency to run on the runway while planes are trying to land. I noticed that when I was playing the other day, which always isn't that helpful. Oh, now it's time to sleep. Maybe we should make them stay up an extra hour. Forget about that. Okay, so now what do? We just got to wait for these guys to wake up, and then we'll go from there. I reckon this runway could get finished in this after they've had a sleep in this full work day. But then we still need to harvest and destroy all this. I think we'll have our parking just over here. We'll have a couple, and then it gives us plenty of space to take planes off on this nice long runway. I did earlier attempt to land some planes, but I think that it's not, unless the game is glitched, which obviously being in an alpha build, it will have its bugs. they have given you a button where you can press give feedback. It'll take a screenshot of the issue, if that is the thing. You can select what issue it is and enter your feedback like that, and then you submit it how you feel. So I could go, should we find the dog? We'll go find the dog. Bartholomew, I shouldn't call him that. Wherever he is. He always seems to go wandering off into the forest somewhere. He always comes back though. So, I don't know. We'll take a screenshot of this, give feedback. I like this. And then you just press submit. Boom, there you go. And if it is actually a negative problem, you can then give feedback to the creators and developers, and they'll more than likely act on it as quick as they can. They are a great team and constantly working around the clock to make sure this game's perfect, which for an alpha, it already is. They've done a really good job with it. We were meant to have a source station built, but obviously our runway now comes first. We've done the big stretch of it. It's now down to over here. And I'm hoping once they've built this, they'll start demolishing. So we'll get rid of this big stone because we don't need it. See, he's decided that he's going to get rid of it. Thank you, Jeffrey. He seems to come out of nowhere all the time. Oh. Maybe we need to feed our crew. They've not got a lot of energy. This isn't very good. Although we are nearly done. We're very close to getting this airstrip finished. Just think if we get rid of all this stuff in the way of the runway, we'll be able to start landing some planes on it. At the moment, with the storage, I did ask this question if there was a difference between having your storage inside and outside, but the decay of the item, so it's classed as integrity, slowly goes down as time goes by. So this has lost 85%. Different items lose different percent integrity, so our food will go down a bit faster than, say, a tarp pile. So by doing that, yeah, there is no difference inside and outside. So there is a future plan though. So if you put stuff inside or maybe potentially on a table, you'll then have less of a decay on it, and if it has a roof over it, it's protected from the elements. I'm not sure if there's like rain or other elements in this game, but I'm sure there will be. There'll be a nice little addition. So we're gonna hope we'll change our priorities. We'll go on here and we'll go to labour, building and crafting. We'll go to the top, and now our source station's getting built. So once all the supplies, so they've had to come and place 10 logs into this source station. Someone will then build it. We'll wait for this to be built and we'll start building some planks ready to build our brick station. Once we built our brick station, we can then start mass producing and get some parking down and get our first plane here. So we're going to need 20 planks. So each time I press this selects, this makes 5 planks. So one piece of wood makes 5 planks. So I need 20 to build this, and then to build a runway I need another 40. So I'll select for them to build 12, and once they've done that, we'll do 4, because what I have noticed with the alpha is they will just constantly keep building until this pile here is gone. So say they've done two sets of planks so far, and I really want them, I'd have to cancel that, and then they'd take them out of the source station, put them in our storage pile. See, he's going to work there finally. Let's give these guys some more wood harvesting to do, because they seemed a bit bored. They were stood around. And we still need to build our beds. That would be probably the best idea. So we'll do 10. With that, now, where's he put our planks? There we go. So our planks are nowhere to be seen at the moment. They normally look a bit crisscrossy, but they might actually be planning on building these beds whenever they decide to get around to it. So to build our beds, we actually need 15 planks and 5 tarp. I think we must have about 100 tarp here. It does actually tell you in the corner here we have 85 tarp. So hopefully by the morning we'll end up building some more planks, and then we can actually have a bed. I didn't notice that. That's a neat feature. The doggy goes to sleep. He goes to sleep with these lot. You do have a mission briefing board. This is more just a nice feature than actually holds any purpose at the moment. And if you go on to a lot of these don't actually play a part yet, so it's more just for decoration of some of them. But the siren, that definitely works. You will put the siren down, and when an enemy air raid comes, someone will sound it and it'll go off. A lot of these do work, so the chairs you can put down, these are classed as recreational items. I'm not sure whether the instruments work. We'd have to build like a nice bar. We'll do that in a future episode. Build a nice bar, give people stuff to do. So we'll go into bricks. I'll build 8. That'll get us 1 runway strip. Built our beds. Whoa, there's a lot of slacking going on. So let's build some more planks, because we're going to need a lot for a runway. Some hangers. And assuming we don't have tons of stuff, we'll get them to harvest all this. So, at the moment we have water. Do we have clay though? We don't. So we'll send someone out. Where is it? We have a clay pile just here. We'll get 2 people to harvest the clay. We'll do that when they decide to wake up. So I am playing the game on 3 speed, because obviously there's so much to do, and some of it does take a while. So with planks, I believe crafting takes 1 in-game hour, if I'm right, but don't hold me to that. If not, 10 minutes. I'm yet to figure out the increments. I think it might be, might be 30 minutes in-game. Yeah, so they might be able to do that. Hope someone's harvesting this. I think I've given them too much to do over here. The mass deforestation of this place is going crazy right now. You can pick some mushrooms, then you won't be hungry. So you also have your confidence. This is all these different, let's call them markers. So your confidence will go down if, say, there's an air raid and someone unfortunately dies or something. That'll go down. Your energy, if you're not well fed but you're overworked, and your mood, obviously if you've got nothing to do, no recreational items, that won't go up, it'll only go down. But at the moment they seem to be pretty happy with me. As for morale, that is hard to regulate personally. Like I said, it can go from -100, as in the alpha there is a bit of a glitch at the moment, a bug if you want to call it that, where it can go to -100 and just stay there and nothing you can do will change it. I believe in future updates it'll change, so if your morale goes to -100 it'll actually cancel your game and you'll be kicked out for not having enough morale for your troops. So we're building some bricks finally. We can nearly get some. Yes, come on, let's get a hurricane here while we're still here. So we'll build one there. Let's get rid of some of these trees, and then we can get another one built. So we need more bricks, obviously. We're gonna do them symmetrically, however you'd like to call them. And then we'll go ahead, destroy all this. This is where they're gonna go to bed now. Got 30 bricks. Do another 4, 5. Yeah, so once these guys are up, they'll finish off building this, and we'll put a couple more down, and we'll call in some planes so we can watch them come in, and then I think we'll call it. So whenever they decide to wake up, their wake up time at the moment is 5 in the morning, well 6 in the morning. So they're up now and they're working. So we'll get him to produce me some more planks so we can get ready to start building a wooden hut. So you have 2 options for building at the moment. So it's either tarp or wood. You can build tarp later on. So I believe you use a tailor station to build more tarp. But at the moment you're only limited with the amount you have. So he's nearly done building my bricks. So they can then put down another one of these. And when the game wants to let me, we'll put a 3rd one down here, because then we'll put just 2 on this side. Do you know what? We'll just go with 4, because having 5 just looks a bit not asymmetrical. It just looks a bit naff. We'll call it naff. We need this to go. We need all this to go. We're already going to bed. You're not even finished me yet. Ah, there we go. So in the morning we'll call in some planes. We'll call in 2. Airstrip 2 low tier. Construction blocked. Ah, I think I've found the culprit. So, if our airstrip's blocked, we're not going to be able to. Ah, this makes sense. Probably can't have any planes landing because everything's in the bloody way. That's my fault. I do not know how to put down an airstrip properly. Some parking spaces for our pilots that are going to join us. See, all this is my runway now operational. That's the real question. Construction blocked. No, it's not finished yet. That's my fault. I must have missed all this. So, once this tree's done, I think everything should be ready to go. Jeez, who knew building one singular airstrip would take this long? So we'll wait for them to wake up once again. I feel like I just keep droning on, but I'm really looking forward. Oh, we can now call these pilots in. We'll get another runway built, if possible. Do we not have enough bricks? Hey, where are my bricks? I've got 10 out of 20. That's not enough. We'll call in some airplanes though. Let's just slow down the speed. And we'll go call them in. Wow, there we go. Beauty. They've done a fantastic job with the graphics. They look awesome. There it is. DTA5 call sign. Oh, going through my building. Nice. See if we can see our other one coming in for landing. How beautiful. There we go. Now they're just going to drive across whatever they want. Might have to destroy this now. Because I'm sure it's more than destroyed already. So once you call in 2 more pilots, if you look at our task assignment, we've now got Gordon Walker and Nigel Reese. These are 2 more people that can help us harvest all these materials. Yeah. Once we've harvested them, but that now means we need even more beds. So I think we need to end up building a proper sleeping quarters, because at the moment this is just a bit cramped, and I feel like people probably like their own personal space. And I can tell you this much, that I'm not a good interior designer, because I'd say this isn't much of a bunkhouse. Oh, we need more water. But we can continue that in the next episode. So today we've achieved beds, a saw station, a brick station, mass deforestation, a nice runway set up, only missing sand to bring in some Spitfires, but first we'll bring in some more Hurricanes. We'll get 5 of them. In the next episode we'll put down some more parking, and we'll probably do more deforestation, and we'll start building a nice hut for our workers to live in, our air crew. But for now, thanks guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed my first video, and I will upload whenever I can next.